no evidence that those children were ever in Hawaii. The mom, Lori Vallow, and her husband, Chad Daybell, skipped town after police came looking for her missing children. This is the moment authorities catch up with Lori Vallow, the Idaho mother whose children have been missing for months, searching her car and serving her with a court order to physically produce her two kids and take them to officials immediately.
Where are your children?
Vallow's children, 17-year-old TYLEE Ryan and 7-year-old JJ, haven't been seen since September. Police doubling down, previously saying they strongly believe the children are in danger and that Vallow either knows what happened to them or where they are and is refusing to help.
To see her with the attitude that she displayed and that video is totally beyond disgusting.
Lori and her husband, Chad Daybell, left Idaho in November, just one day after police conducted a welfare check looking for the kids. Police tracking the couple down in Hawaii this weekend, thousands of miles away from their home in Idaho, serving them with the order and searching the vehicle. East Idaho News was there.
Can you tell me where your kids are? Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
Lori and Chad were married last year. Authorities looking at the recent sudden deaths of multiple family members. In July, Lori's ex-husband Charles Vallow was murdered by her brother. At the time, police claimed the killing was self-defense. That same brother of Lori's was found dead right before Christmas. Authorities have yet to release a cause. And it's not just Lori's side of the family. This past October, Chad's former wife Tammy Daybell died at her home. At first ruled natural causes, her remains have been exhumed. And the sheriff now says they are suspicious that her death was not natural. They're waiting for the autopsy results. Meanwhile, the children's grandparents are begging for their safe return, and police, through any of the evidence they gathered in Hawaii, say there was no evidence that those kids were ever with their mother. And as you say, it's a simple question.
Where are your kids? If you can't answer that, and they've been missing all this time, I don't know what they're giving her until Thursday to...
Yep, we will see what happens on Thursday for sure.
Wow.
September. Today is the deadline for their mother to bring them forward and prove to authorities they're okay after they finally tracked her down in Hawaii. In just a moment, we're going to hear from their grandfather. First, Will Reeve is here with the details. Good morning, Will.
Hey, good morning, George. Yeah, today is the deadline to hear from Lori Vallow to see the kids. She's one half of that doomsday-obsessed couple who fled town. She won't answer the simple question of, where are your kids? Now, today, she must show them to authorities in Idaho, but last we saw Lori Vallow, she was half a world away. Today is the day. Lori Vallow facing a deadline this morning to physically produce her missing kids and bring them to authorities.
Where are your children?
Vallow and her husband Chad Daybell were last seen Wednesday in Hawaii, thousands of miles away from their home in Idaho. Police tracking them down this weekend, serving them with a court order, believing the kids are in grave danger and that Vallow either knows where her children, 17-year-old TYLEE Ryan and 7-year-old JJ, are, or what happened to them. Police searching their car while cameras from East Idaho News roll.
Can you tell me where your kids are? Where are your kids? No comment? They've been missing for 4 months. You have nothing to say?
Vallow's children haven't been seen since September. She and her husband left Idaho in November under suspicious circumstances, bolting one day after authorities conducted a welfare check looking for the kids, after other family members contacted authorities concerned that they hadn't heard from them. Death has surrounded Vallow and Daybell, who were married last year shortly after Vallow's ex-husband Charles was murdered by her brother in what police at the time determined was self-defense. That brother then found dead of unknown causes months later. Chad's former wife Tammy appears to have died curiously too. At first, officials ruling it natural causes. Her remains have since been exhumed for a closer examination.
We're suspicious that that death was not natural, but we're waiting for the results to come back from the autopsy and the lab work that will accompany that.
If Vallow fails to meet today's deadline to produce her children, she could face contempt of court or a more severe penalty or charges. Amy?
Will, thank you. The children's grandfather, Larry Woodcock, joins us now from Idaho. And Larry, I know through this whole experience, you haven't lost hope. How are you feeling today? Do you believe you will see your grandchildren later today?
Do I believe? Yes, I want to believe that. Do I think that she's going to bring them? Honestly, no. I know Lori well enough now from the last year. Obviously, I've known her for 13 years. And the Lori that is supposed to be here today with the children, I pray every day. I've prayed since this started, since they found her, that both of the children are here, and they show up, and they're healthy and are just being their normal selves. Do I honestly believe she'll bring them and do as the warning said, about producing the children in this day? I'd be very surprised if she did. Nothing with Lori right now makes sense.
There are so many whys, and the big one is, why would Lori not tell authorities? Why would Lori not produce her children? Do you have any answers?
At this point, no, I don't have an answer. I've got speculation, but I don't have a truthful answer.
Larry, I know that Lori and her husband are reportedly what some call doomsdayers. Do you believe that their belief system is part of the reason why your grandchildren are missing?
I have to at this point, because if Lori loved JJ and TYLEE the way that she did a few months ago, let's just say 10, 12 months ago, then those children would be with her. And ever since she's been involved in this doomsday cult, that is not the same Lori that we knew for 13 years. And the last year has just been non-understandable. We just don't understand how any mother can walk away from her children for months now, and then 2.5 months prior to this. So I don't know who that person is anymore. I don't understand it. I don't understand how you lose the love for one of the most kindest young man. He's 7 years old, but he's my little man. And just walk away.
We will be thinking of you
Absolutely.
and your family
Both of them.
later today. Larry, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We appreciate your time.
And thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing y'all again.